I'm live. I'm live. I'm live. I'm live. Can y'all hear me? Can everybody hear me okay? Give me some hearts if you can hear me. I hope y'all went and told somebody about today about the morning show. Did you tell anybody? Did you share the good news? Did you share the good news? If you have not, if you have not, I would love if you would take the link. There's a share button, and you can send it to in a DM. Share it with a good friend of yours, and don't judge for people. I know you want to keep me out to yourself, but the best part of growing is connecting with other people that you know or that you can encourage someone today, because what I'm getting ready to talk about today, we're going to talk about the post labor era and how you can position yourself for that. Okay. So, a couple of things. If you are listening to me, I am on Substack. Okay. And then if you are watching me, I am on YouTube. So, if you want to see my face and you're able to watch, I'm on YouTube live. But if you are working and you really don't want to, kind of keep looking at my face, and you can listen to me right here on Substack. All right, so let's talk about the post labor era. And before I really like deep dive into that, I want to real briefly, mention a couple of things. Um, Number one, if you are interested in working with me in the Soul Stacker Writing Intensive, which is a group intensive, we start on December the 2nd, so after Thanksgiving. And you will get the actual access to the course on the 30th of November. And basically, this particular course, this live course, we're going through it together. And what we're going to do is focus on some key areas in writing. We're going to focus on key areas of monetization, as well as positioning your offers, positioning your either your email newsletter or your Substack for expansion and audience growth. The biggest thing that I'm seeing now is that people are, I don't know if it's a fear of growth. I don't know if it's a fear of saying the wrong thing. I really don't know what that is. And it's a little concerning to me that we have so many people that want to grow, they want to build businesses, they want to build these ecosystems, and but they are finding themselves so conflicted because you want to make money, you desire to make money, you want to impact the world in your own way, whatever that means for you. But you're going to have number one, a system and a structure. And then number three, you're going to need skills. A lot of y'all don't have that, and you're not willing to sit down and master those skills, mastering skills and optimizing what you have, refining your messaging, pivoting when necessary, right? All of these things come in time, but it comes in time when you learn how to trust yourself. The best way to do that is to just invest in yourself so that you can do what it is you need to do. Now, if you're saying to yourself, well, I've invested so much money, I promise you, no, you haven't. I always tell people you sow where you're trying to go. And that is a fact. Okay? If I told people how much I've invested in myself, you would probably jerk your neck back. You have to, like, you're going to get on your own nerves. Okay? You have to get over yourself. And a lot of times people say, well, I feel like I've done this and because you go back and forth with clarity and you're listening to 1,000 people, you listen to who is the loudest, but now who is the clearest. Did you hear how I put that? You're listening to people who are loud but not clear. I can pat your back, right? I can pull you over the finish line. I can yell at you all day, but if I'm not giving you clarity and a process and a framework to follow, and then coaching you out of you standing in front of yourself, because that's a lot of times that's what it is. You're not being coached out of standing in your own way. Because a lot of us want to, well, how do you get over that? You have to be coached through that, baby. And I say that with love. And I'm not telling you anything to, what is it called? To blow smoke up your pipe. And we already know that everybody is not going to do it. Everybody is not meant for success. Everybody is not going to become successful. Everybody is not going to do the work that it takes to play the long game. I was telling a client that on yesterday, you're playing the long game. You're not playing anything temporary, short lived, real quick. This is a long game that you are playing by any means necessary. Let me see what Lord, what you say? She said, I need to get over myself and use my skills, not be annoyed that, well, and then it goes back to this. It goes back to this. When we say we want, and I need to read my Facebook, let me read my Facebook post that I wrote because it was good. And I don't know if some of y'all saw it, but and if you are not following me on Facebook, I'm gonna need for y'all to do that because I be dropping some gems on there, and some of y'all don't be seeing it. And you say I follow you all the time, but I don't know if y'all see it. But it's this is it. This is the one. What if it's not that you're afraid of burnout? Maybe you're afraid of getting the outcome that you want, getting overwhelmed by the outcome with all the winning that you're doing, and then losing as fast as you got it. Winning doesn't have to be traumatic. You have to be coached to honor that capacity. You got the outcome because you did what was right, but you didn't hold it because you were in the wrong identity. You keep what you are and you lose what you are not. Did you understand what I just said right there? Did everybody get that? YouTube, if you can hear me, if you can see me, give me a one in the comments. I love you. I thank you for being here. I see some of y'all are watching. I see a thumbs up. But if you can just put in the chat, give me a one. Tell me if you can hear me and see me. Because I know y'all like the ghosts and y'all like to hide. I'm listening. I told y'all, cause look, I see some of y'all on Sarah Jakes Roberts and Charlemagne and all these other folks, and y'all will be loud in the comments. I just love, and then I tell you, can y'all give me a one and everybody sit? I'm Sarah Jakes Roberts. If that helps you to show up for yourself, I'm just kidding. Thank you, Harley. She's so sweet. Thank you, Harley. Um, So, let me see, Lord, what you say? She said, I feel that my childhood fear was being a one hit boy. And but see, that's the thing. We have to get ahead of this. And it's really about, can I just help you with this? Even with investing in yourself. Because I always invest in myself. I still invest in myself to this day because that's necessary for me. Plus it's a tax write-off. I don't think y'all understand that either. It's a tax write-off. I get to write this stuff off. You spend you put the money into your business. Everybody know that. If you're not in, if you're sitting here talking about, well, I just no, you're supposed to make money and you're supposed to put the money back into your business to enhance the value, the lifetime value of your business. So here's the next thing too. When we're trying to break through upper limits, you have good intentions. Everybody have good intentions. But you have to be willing to do what the other 90%, 99% will not. This is a game of capacity. Like I told y'all, are you posting? Are you consistent? Well, I don't see anybody liking it. It don't what? There are sometimes I don't get likes. There's sometimes I don't get comments. There's sometimes people will show up and then they drop off. People will subscribe and then they unsubscribe. There are people that will say, "Jay, I'm all in," and then when it's time to start, I don't see them. Do you know how many times that have happened to me over the past 6 years? People will say, "I'm ready. I'm coming. When I get paid Friday, when I get paid on the first, when I finish sweeping the sand, when I finish vacuuming the grass." It's always something. So, do you know how many times people will say, I You showed up in my prayers and you showed up in my dream, and I know I'm gonna work with you. And when I get my taxes back and I don't see them, they gone. Or they go invest in somebody else, which is fine. It happens. This is why I don't get flustered until you come into the world, until you come through the gate. That's when I believe you. I'm talking about everybody now. I'm talking to everybody. But that is the work that I've done to not expect, right? Because again, it's coaching. It's mentoring. It's being positioned to win. You got to detach. And see, this is another thing too that a lot of people don't realize is that the more emotional you are, and this is unfortunately this is the game. This is why we're in the era that we're in, and you got to understand where we are in our society. And I know this is going to sound bad, but this is kind of where we are if you want to gain some type of momentum. You can still have a soul, you can still care about people, you can still love people, but you also have to be detached from people's manipulation and to detach from people's intent. My heart is there, but your actions are not. When are you going to finally do what you say you're going to do? See, a lot of people don't like that kind of talk because it brings them to the table. It really makes you have to sit down and start thinking about stuff. Also, somebody asked me yesterday, they wanted to sow a seed. They was like, Coach, do you have somewhere I can like sow a seed or, just to give and tell you thank you for the morning show. And I do have a way for you to sow seeds. If anybody is interested, you can go to my sand store. I have it here on YouTube. I pinned it to the top, and there is a way for you, like if you want to do that. Look, what they used to say, provide an offering. You're more than welcome to do that. It's in my sand store link. The next thing I would have to say too is that um, when I say detach from people's intent, right? Just understand the human in us want to, right? The human in us desire to. The human in us have a list. We have goals. We have things and dreams that we want to achieve. I get that. And I understand that. But it doesn't mean anything until you start trusting yourself and start stepping into who you say you're going to become. And that starts today with the future you, which is now still you. Make the kind of decisions that you're making. Even me doing a morning show Monday through Friday for an hour, right? People be like, oh, that's so much. Why is this so much? I know how to take a break. I know how to tell people, like, okay, y'all, we're going to be out, Thursday and Friday of this week. I know how to tell people that, for Christmas, we're going to be out for break. I know how to tell people when I need rest. I know that. I know that. Why can't you do the same thing? What's the point? What's the problem? Because at the end of the day, it's still marketing. See, you have to choose a path. Either you're going to have to do discovery calls, either you're going to have to do lives, either you're going to have to do master classes, you have to do what? See, they have all kinds of entry and gateways for you to get leads, right? Because y'all, I don't know if y'all think people are supposed to sit in your lap and just give you their credit card, um, or just come in your door and just say, so I heard through like a dream or my imagination that you were a consultant and I just want to pay you $10,000 because I mean, I don't even know how. And you want this story when you can tell people that somebody just came in my house and just while I was taking a nap and they said, oh, you just came up and I could just believe that I'm supposed to be working with you. Oh my gosh. And this person, like, I didn't have to do anything. We love stories like that. Oh, I didn't have to do anything. I just went to the mall and I was, getting some pizza and some chow mein. And then all of a sudden, somebody just walked up to me and gave me a check and said, I want to hire you as my coach. So you don't have to do sales calls. You don't have to run ads. You don't have to go live. Yes, you do. You want miracles. You want sporadic miracles. But those types of miracles do not happen unless there is momentum and seed sowing happening. You have to do that. I have all types of miraculous happenings in stores. I've had people to literally send me a message and say, Jay, coach, I got this approval for I remember this lady out of nowhere. Just I got an approval to for Stripe, a loan from Stripe, and I'm ready to get going. Do you have anything? Like she literally was like, I don't like it was an amount for $5,000. Do you have anything that I could pay? She literally came to me like that. And I said, okay, let's do this. And I created an offer right there on the spot. I did not take her whole five because I knew she was a mom. I knew she had children. So we did an intensive, high level intensive. And you know what? We only met one time. And she said this was worth the money. Thank you so much. She literally said that. And I coached her probably like 2.5 hours. And we had some follow up through there. We had some, time on Telegram. But this is what I'm saying. Things like that can happen in your business, but that's because I put the work in. That's because I put the work in. And people are like, well, how do you just do that? What do you mean how to just do that? I've been a coach for I don't know how long. I see when you not in your call and you're not in your purpose, it blows your mind that you can't even fathom doing stuff like that. This is why I said like you gotta be in your purpose. You gotta be in your call. You gotta be walking the walk and talking the talk by any means necessary. Yes, I have offers. Yes, I have programs. Yes, I have one-on-ones and VIP days and things like that. But that comes along with me understanding my energy and my capacity and what the market is calling for. You got to have skills to be able to. I can come up with an offer just like that on the spot. I can do that. I've done it, I don't know how many times. And I've told my clients this too. Clients that have been with me over the years and I know that they have gotten rooted in what they do. The ones that come to me for mentorship, and mentorship is expensive. So before you get in my inbox talking about, how much your mentorship is 5 figures. And I have had clients to invest in that. And I would show them how to create offers on the spot per the conversation that they're having with someone, even in B2B. B2B, you have to have some you gotta they want customizable things. Everybody with me? So when we're talking about this era that we're going into, right? The era that we're going into, which is the post-labor era, this is not normal. This is the first time in our history that we are moving into an era where in the next 5 years they don't know what to teach these kids. They have no idea. They don't know what they're going to be doing. They don't have an idea of what they're going to be doing. Does it make sense? So let me talk about what the post-labor era is. The post-labor era is a term describing a future or an emerging society where automation, artificial intelligence slash AI, and robotics replace virtually all human labor. Y'all, everybody with me? Did you hear what I just said? The post labor era is a term describing a future or emerging society where automation, artificial intelligence, and robotics replace virtually all human labor, both cognitive and manual, leading to a collapse of traditional. I didn't say creative. I didn't say freelance. I didn't say gig. I didn't say, even including 1099. I'm not talking about that. What is happening now? You have a lot of people that don't know what they're going to do outside of being a W-2 because that's new for them. Everybody's used to stability. Everybody's used to what we went through with the third industrial revolution and the fourth industrial revolution. Now we're in we're in the fifth and the sixth industrial revolution. Those are overlapping because we have humanoids that are coming, and then we also have AI agents. We have high level automations. We have offshore. We have non traditional ways of working. Everybody with me? And if you don't know what to do without stability, that's why I said everybody in your household could be doing something. Had a very eventful morning. My daughter is home. She has a fever. So we have to keep her home. And she is so down on herself because today is her first game. Tonight is her first game. And if she missed school, she cannot cheer. And this is her last year. So and my daughter is very competitive. She got that from her dad. Her dad is competitive. And she is like, and I'm like, you're not well. It's okay to sit down. So she's asleep. She took her medicine. And she's in the bed. But she turned into a 10-year-old today. She turned into a 10-year-old today. But these are conversations her and I have been having as well because this affects her. This labor era, post labor era affects her too. Affects the children and the children all the way down this living. This is affecting their future. So what do, mom, dad, adult, aunt, uncle, whatever, because some of us got nieces and nephews. You need to be the what is it called? You need to be the anchor. You need to know what's going on without you getting frazzled. And you need to keep yourself well. You need to keep yourself open to new possibilities and new opportunities because you're going to have people all around you that's going to be like, what's going on? And nobody's working, but you know what is happening. You got to stay on the up and up. You can't be a lighthouse. This is good right here. I don't care what y'all say. You can't be a lighthouse to anybody if you don't know how to hold the capacity for yourself and expand in it and read and research and understand what's going on and be able to advise. Like even my daughter, like the reason why I'm telling you this is because even in her unraveling, I still had to advise her. I even told her, when you get up, no phone. You need to read because her immune system is compromised. You need to read. We're going to get out and get a little fresh air later on today. Just kind of get the immune system back going and all of that. But then at the same time, I'm keeping my stress low because stress brings on disease. But I have to keep myself together. We have to start looking at this as an experience and stop tripping. Understand? Can y'all hear me? YouTube? Substack, y'all sleep? So we're moving into a different time. Traditional employment, that is the collapse of that. So what y'all gonna do if your mates come home? So for those of you who are in relationships and you're married and your husband or your wife comes home or your significant other comes home and they say they just replaced us with AI. What you gonna do? Turn tables? Start crying? If you come and tell me in my inbox, in my DMs, in my emails, coach, my husband got laid off due to AI, and I'm just so mad at myself. So you ought to be good then, especially if you've been following me for a minute. I'm like, oh, so y'all good, right? No, I haven't been. Oh, so what you been doing this whole time? You've been listening to me. Hmm? What have you been doing? Have you been following anything that I've been saying? Do you have your courses up? Do you have your offers up? Do you have your stand store together? Do you have your beacons? Do you have your Stripe and PayPal stuff together? What do you have together? Do you have your email list? Do you have your Substack up? If that's what you're doing, if you got your kit, what does that look like? Mail a light? I don't care which one you choose. I really don't care. And please don't ask me which one I think. I don't care. Pick one. You can pivot later. You have your YouTube. You got your TikTok rolling. You got your Facebook going. Like what's T? You just been sitting there being soft. I'm gonna call you Little Bo Peep. So what you been doing, Little Bo Peep? I know y'all hollering over there. I gotta. What's T? I don't care how young you are. You grown. YouTube, they LOL. I mean, we gotta just be straight up. Y'all don't let these influencers influence you for doom. You understand? Do not spiral into doom. You've got to get a hold of yourself and get some structure. This is structure. Ooh wee. This is good right here. Let me go back to the definition. Cause y'all gonna make me scream in a minute. Now, this is leading to the collapse. Again, I hope y'all taking notes. You need to get you a notebook. Leading to a collapse of traditional employment and forcing a reimagining of economic participation, welfare, and identity. The post labor era is a term describing a future. This is a future that is collectively coming together by those who have the resources to put the future together. If you don't have a future, you don't have an imagination. What is your imagination bringing you into? Because there are people that are collectively, what that, I don't mean to bring up the Bible, but that scripture that say, with two or more agree, it don't matter if their intent is pure or not. You understand that? That's law. That's a universal principle. So the more people you have to agree with you, this is whew, the more people you have. This is why you can't have losers in your circle. This is why you can't have people that disagree with you and say, "Well, I don't know," because your mind is already double-edged sword. You already on the fence. You already straddling yourself, and then you go and tell your dream to somebody who ain't did anything, nothing supernatural in the last 5 years. And here you go. I think I'm a, and they just look at you, girl. I don't know about that. In this economy, who gonna pay for that? Girl, ain't nobody got no money for that, did? And there you go, second guess. Well, maybe you right. Maybe I need to just sit down and see there. Now, there you go. See, you're always going to go towards the side of the future that is in direct reflection to all the losses of the past, because you're looking for the future and you're staying in the future and you're worried about the future instead of preparing for the future. Substack, I'm need to shake y'all because y'all being quiet, because YouTube is look, they what the young people say, they lit. We lit. My daughter be like, "Mommy, please don't ever say that again." You have to understand that the identity and the welfare and the what did it say? Because I got my notes, honey. The economic participation. You got to understand. Are you participating? I don't want to. I didn't ask you. Did you want to? Are you going to participate economically? I know you don't want to. Who does? Everybody want to be sitting in the grass and eating grapes. Are you kidding me? And not having a care in the world, and just frolicking in the meadows. We just want to pick flowers and sing and dance under the moon. Everybody want to do that. But economic participation. Jasmine, she laughed. You gotta understand where we're at. Okay, so here we go. This shift is happening now due to what? Rapid technological advancements. Machines can perform most work far more efficiently and cheaply than humans. Here we go. Why did all of this AI stuff even come up? Right? All this AI stuff came up because I believe, now this is where I'm coming with opinion. I believe that a lot of this came up because everybody went online in 2020, 2021. You remember all the people that went remote and then they started abusing, quote unquote, abusing that time and going to Paris and going on vacation and telling everybody, making content about how I'm supposed to be working, but I'm catching a plane. I'm going to Paris. I'm supposed to be working today, but I'm remote. And everybody started talking about how they would sleep on the clock and making content about being asleep on the clock. And so they were like, oh, okay. So you want to play that game? Well, we're just gonna go ahead and accelerate this and let you just sit at home and figure this out. That's why I said like money is infinite. I'm gonna say that again because I don't think y'all money is infinite. You know why it became scarce? Because the stories that they told you, the stories made you see that money was scarce. Money is plentiful. It's digital. It's literally digital. It's air. Did you know that now? This is why we're going cashless as a society. We're going cashless. This is not like they just canceled. Look, we just saw the penny go out. Everything is going air. This is the age of air. People are like, oh, but what does that mean? What do you mean? What does it mean? This is the age of Aquarius. I just told you that. If you've been listening to me, this Aquarian age. Air. Aquarius is the air sign. The Pisces is over. This is why marriage is tearing up. This is why all everything coming out in open. Aquarius was not never supposed to be the sign of ease. Ain't nobody said it was gonna be easy during these times. Nobody said that. Divine feminine. This is why they give you a hard time. They can't stand the feminine. They making you pay. Because Pisces was the sign where they put the woman under the man. Do you remember that? You remember I told y'all about some of y'all that's been following me for a minute? You remember I used to talk about how Pisces was the sign or was the age where you were under, like you couldn't vote, you couldn't have your own property, you really couldn't. You had to look, you had a Godhead, the head of a household, talk to your husband, ask your husband, girl, what your husband say? He's the leader of the home, tearing this planet up. Mean the whole time you the leader. Pisces is a water sign. It's a feminine sign. This is not really synonymous with gender. It's synonymous with more energy because women carry full embodiment of the human species. We create, we're portals, we grow things, we not even just in our bodies and we hold what is it called? We hold the ability to nurture humans in our bellies. But the Pisces is also the sign of control and neediness in so many ways. And so when you are oh goodness, how can I put this? Pisces was a sign of hierarchy up under someone. This is why everything it was overlap, it was rank and order. And they made you believe everything was rank and order. No woman, you need to go and ask some You need to go ask your husband. You need to go ask your mom. You need to go do this. Okay? You need to understand where we are. I was texting somebody back. I don't know how it got through because I put on D and I'm like, why is I'm still in text? You you have to understand where we at. So now we're in the age of Aquarius. And I told people too that when you look at the sign of Aquarius, it's the mass, it's the what is it called? The man with the pitcher of water and pouring out the pitcher of water. I said you can look at that in two ways. You can look at that as the man who is or the masculine who is saying, the feminine, I'm giving you way. I'm giving you so you can pour out. I'm giving you opportunity to be you. I'm giving you opportunity to just allow because um Aquarius is, like I said, air, right? And this is also a masculine sign. Please, if you are a woman and you're saying you're an Aquarius, well, that's not no, it's an energetics. It is a masculine sign. Okay. So they're pouring out. It's pouring out. And if you look at it like that, you could say like feminine, it's time for you to have your time. It's time for you to, we're going to do things your way. We're going to just allow you to be creative. We're going to allow you to just do you, right? And then it's also the flip side, because it's always polarity. And you can also see it as the man pointing out the picture of water and saying, huh, since you want to do everything, since you want to be this and be that, here you go. Because I'm tired of carrying you and you're not grateful. I'm over here trying to lead you and guide you, and you wanna gripe and complain. Well, huh? You mad at me because I'm telling you that you're not an effective leader? Huh? Sir? Masculine? Right? So now it's like I'm frustrated with you. Huh? I don't care. I don't care. So you can look at it as two opposites. Now, how do we know that we're in that era, in that age? See, Marie said, well, release me then. No, that's right. Like, well, let me go then. You don't want to put me up under here. So look, when it comes down to when it comes down to the era that we're in, right? Digital. We went from traditional indoctrination to now digital indoctrination. There was a transference in 2020 where everybody started working from home. And the great revelation, now we can say that it started in 2012, right? We look at it from that standpoint of now we're in this era of digitization and air. Everything has to be in alignment to where it's going, right? So now we have to start paying attention to, we went from traditional indoctrination, we went from traditional programming, right? To now air, where everything is now digital, which is ruled by what? The air. Down to going, let's go here. So everything was the boss in the corner office, employees clocking in, you know, you had lunchtime, you were told when to go to lunch, you were told when to get off, you were told when you were going to get an advance, you were told how you were going to get paid. You were told how much you were going to get paid. Everybody with me? Substack? I don't know if Substack is napping. I don't know what's going on over there. Cause YouTube, y'all, we partying over here. Substack, y'all let me know if y'all up. Automations. Here we go. Here we go. We're going from the corner office, from the cubicle, from the cubicle to everybody going to lunch together so everybody can keep an eye on you, to sitting there for performance reviews and performance improvement plans and what you're doing wrong and why you don't talk to people, right? The water cooler and knowing everybody's business and being in everybody's face for 8 hours a day and being in everybody's way, to now you get to work from home. You get to work remote. You get to be global. You get to travel and enroll clients. You get to have multiple revenues and streams. See, it doesn't matter if it's high ticket or low ticket. What matters is that it's the right ticket. It doesn't matter if you have $7 ebooks. It doesn't matter if you have $70,000 programs. As long as you have the skill sets and the multiple streams, even if you want to do B2C and B2B, there's no either or. It's and. You can have both. You can have both. I don't have to just be on one platform. I can be on several platforms at the same time. I can be on YouTube. I can be on Substack. I can be on Facebook all at the same time and get to my people in the air. It's air now. Everything is traveling. You could be where are y'all at? Everybody tell me in the comments, where are you in the world? Where do you live? Where do you live? What country are you in? What city and state are you in? Because I'm going to tell you, I'm going to show you in real time that this is virtual. Even this morning, right? Even this morning, let's look at the polarity in there while y'all putting in the comments where you at. This morning we had glitches. Cloudflare, which is a lot of companies are in that particular platform, right? They are you had ChatGPT, you had Canva, you had Perplexity, which is what I use. I use Perplexity for analysis. But all of these pieces are under that software. So when that goes down or they have glitches, it affects those websites, which can affect and disrupt things. Right? Okay, so Jasmine is in Columbia, South Carolina. Where's everybody else at? Where's YouTube? YouTube? Where are you at? Boston. See, Harley's in Boston, Massachusetts. Where's everybody? Is that it? Harley and Jasmine, only one that okay, so Sean, she's in Texas. Hey, Sean, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, Harley said, yes, I seen the Cloudflare issue. Couldn't log into a few different sites. Even some banks were affected. Indianapolis. Yes, Quinn. She's in Indianapolis, Indiana. Dayton, Ohio. Laura's in Pittsburgh. You see this travel. I'm in Memphis, Tennessee. This is oof. This is gonna hit you. Austin, Texas. This is Wi-Fi. As long as you are, hey Camille, she said Memphis, Tennessee. Yes. This is Wi-Fi. Wireless. Wireless. Listen to what I'm trying to tell you. You have advantage. Wireless. Jasmine said, I learned about you from someone we've never met. Someone I've never met in New York. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Wow, Jasmine. Wow. And see, that's what I'm saying. It's traveling. It's traveling. There's our message, our conversations, even me on this video. You get to see me. This is not AI. I know they say coach. You could be totally AI right now. But this is me. Right? And this is the opportunity that we have to get our messages out, to build community, to express ourselves, and to also talk about what we do, to talk about our offers, to talk about how we impact the world, how we flow, how we, solve problems. All of these things are skill sets that you have to honor in the identity that you walk in that. You understand? So let's do it. Let's talk about it. The shift is happening now due to rapid technological advancements. Machines can perform most of the work efficiently and cheaply than humans, like I said, intensifying deflationary pressure on labor markets. There is a reason why they are hiding October's job unemployment numbers, because the goal is to reduce costs in the corporate sector. You're going to so jobs are going away, but guess what's going to replace that? Boo. Everybody with me? Everybody, you know what's going to replace that? Contractors, consultants, coaches, people that y'all said it was scams. People like coaches, and nobody's going to be coaching anymore. Nobody needs a coach. Oh, oh, I beg to differ. Because now we're in demand, baby. The coaches are in demand. What are you talking about? I got calls set up, baby. Don't play. Don't trip. 1099 consultants. Get yourself together. Guess what? And guess what you have to have for that? Guess what you're gonna have to have for that, boo? You're gonna have to be 1099. Some of you, you're gonna have to get some W2. I mean, not W2. You're gonna have to become a business because you may have to have business insurance. You ready for that? So while you're sitting there getting upset about my job is leaving, no, 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 no. Freedom is ringing, because guess what's also going to happen? That's what's also, so the people that are, everybody with me, it's upset. I'm gonna have to shake each and every one of y'all on this call. I'm gonna get y'all so upset. So if you're not going to participate in the B2B arena, which is fine, you say, well, coach, this, and this is a choice. You don't have to. You don't have to. But you do need to participate in another way. But this is how you're going to participate in another way. You're going to participate as a creator. Thank you, Sean. She said, give coach a like. This info needs to go out. Thank you. Thank y'all so much for doing that. When we're talking about the future, I want to pose something different than what the masses are telling you. Because when the World Economic Forum brings out this information, you can look at it in a couple of different ways. You can look at this as doom and gloom, and we're gonna die, and we're not gonna have anything, and da 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 da, and they're trying to take everything. You're gonna see all types of comments where people are going to be spiraling, and people are nervous and scared, and I don't know what's gonna happen, and I don't know what's gonna happen to the children. You know what's gonna happen to the children? Instead of getting nervous about things, what are you creating? What are you creating today? You have millions of dollars in your head over time. And guess what? There's no race. There's no there's no race. There's no, oh my gosh, I don't know when I'm gonna get to $1 million. I don't I don't care if you get to $1 million. I want you to produce. I want you to produce enough so you can stay ahead of the game, and you don't have to want for anything, and you can get organized, and you can do something that's going to impact the world, that's going to increase skills, that's going to help people get ahead, that's going to help people to learn, that's going to help people to grow, that's going to help people, because evolution is happening at the same time. We are all evolving, whether we like it or not. The ones who are not in who are not in a rooted position to receive, who are not producing, who are not creating, they are the ones that's going to fall off, and they're going to fall off because they can't hold on. And they're still in the old age. They're still in the old way. Pisces was I believe. We're going into I know. This is I know. Aquarius is I know. And you know what? The creator is so cunning, because I get to see in real time how an Aquarius is. My daughter is the absolute embodiment of an Aquarius. Of an Aquarius. I'm gonna give you an example. Aquarius is like, before I give you an example, I'm gonna say this. Aquarius are weird. I love that though. I love that. I'm not even saying it in a bad way. Y'all are quirky. Y'all are socially awkward. Aquarius is very socially awkward. But they are very unique. And they love dressing that way. They love being that way. They're going to tell you the truth. even if it hurt your feelings. They're gonna tell you the truth. They're gonna tell you if you ask an Aquarius, what do you think? Do you think this is cute? Mm-mm. No. And or they might, and if they don't know you, they ain't gonna say nothing. They ain't gonna lie to you. Aquarius ain't gonna lie to you. They have to tell you, they have to reveal. If they're not gonna say it in your face, they're gonna they're gonna give you a face. Where the Aquarius is at? Aquarius, y'all on here? Substack, you on here? They're gonna just now this is the only thing I would change because I really don't like it. But I'm gonna tell you what you should do. My daughter is an Aquarius. She was born in February, early February. She was supposed to be what's after Aquarius? Pisces. She was supposed to be a Pisces, but she was born 4 weeks early. Okay, she was born 4 weeks, so God pushed her up, and she came on in Aquarius season. And when I tell you, OMG, to give you an example, they had a presentation. Mm-hmm. Oh, T. Marie said my twins are February 3rd. She was born February 3rd. She was born February 3rd. Yes. Yeah. Look, Super Bowl Sunday in '08. Yep. Super because I was watching the football guy. Y'all, I'm a huge football fan. Well, I used to watch football all the time. And I started watching football about 3, 4 years ago. I just didn't have time. Um, but I was watching the Super Bowl the day she was born, and that's when the New York Giants, that was my team, won the Super Bowl, and I was so happy. But anyway, point I'm making is my daughter is quirky. Okay, she she did a group project, and the group project they had to do some type of dance. Y'all know the fans, the where them fans at? You know, there's over there. Okay, so she she was doing the dance, right? And so they all had their fans and everything. My daughter in the front, okay? My daughter's in the front. Of course, she's leading because she's an Aries rising, okay? Her dad is Aries. Her dad is an Aries sun. I'm a Cancer sun and rising, and I'm a Cap moon. She's a Cap moon, and she's an Aries rising. So she got me and her daddy all in her big three. It's really the craziest thing. But she's in the front. She's in the front, and she has on a cheer uniform because she was cheering today, and she had on loud pink cowboy boots. She's from Texas. She is quirky and she don't care, and she went out there and she did the dance in front of everybody, and it was hilarious. And she was dancing up a storm with the fan baby, going with it with the fan. So here we go. They don't care about your feelings. They're going to have fun. They're going to be weird. They're going to make you feel some type of way about like, oh my gosh, like they're just so odd. They're so that every it's that's how it is. Look at the time. Look at where we're at. Things are weird. People, the unexplainable is happening. People are like, where did that come from? Why are we seeing all this stuff in the sky? All this cosmos activity. What is happening? Why are people acting like that on the news? Why, like, did y'all see that on the camera? Did y'all see their eyes? Did you see the way they said that? Did you see their voice change? That was weird. This is what is happening. You ain't never hear this kind of stuff going on 10 years ago. Every day is something else. Every day is something else. People switch on you. Like right now, people switch up on you fast. You're like, you were just cool yesterday. Like we were just talking. And then all of a sudden, it's like you change into this completely different person. Like, who are you today? This person is acting what? Weird. This wasn't happening last week. We were good. We were talking all day. Like we were talking and texting. And then all of a sudden, this person just started acting what? Weird. This job told me that they wanted me to come in and interview with their team. Walked in, and the people act like they didn't even know me. In fact, it was crazy because they acted like that They didn't just talk to me yesterday or day before yesterday. They started acting what? Weird. They told me I had a job. They told me that I had the position and gave me a start date, told me how much I was going to get paid. And then all of a sudden, they call back and say, "Oh, we'll have to rescind the offer." What are you talking about? We're moving. You told us to move. Now all of a sudden, people are acting what? Weird. We're in signs of the times. So here we go. How to prepare. No, I wanna go through this real quick. I wanna go through this real quick. What is the post-labor era happening? Why is it happening right now? Here we go. Because you gotta ask why. The acceleration of AI and robotics has made it possible to automate tasks across all sectors, from manufacturing to things like cognitive work. That's your legal research, that's your marketing, that's your design, that's your coaching. These are all cognitive work pieces. Owners of technology and capital increasingly capture most economic growth, while the majority of workers, listen to me, experience wage stagnation or job loss, increasing economic polarization and what? Social tension. It's weird right now. Societal shifts. Societal shifts. This is another reason why it's happening, such as what? An aging population. We have the boomers leaving. The boomers are leaving and they control most of the wealth and slow generational turnover. Listen to what I'm telling you. The boomers, which everybody is blaming, everybody's, oh, the boomers, they did us so wrong. How did they do you wrong when that was the how the time was then? They didn't know that times are going to happen this way. They're stuck in a programming. They don't know how to identify with you that are in a new era where everything is air. They don't know how to relate to you. So you're getting upset with boomers when they were in a different time, in a different program. You got to remember, the older you are, the more you set in your ways. And this is how your grandchildren are going to feel about you. They're going to ask you, Ma, Mimo, Nana, Grandma, great grandmama. In 2025, in the age of AI, in the post labor era, when everything was being automated, what were you doing? What were you doing during that time? What is going to be your excuse? I was healing. I was waiting on my ancestors. I was, you know, trying to understand my higher self. I was getting an understanding of my Akashic records. During the era AI, you mean to tell me you was trying to do your higher who? What is that? What does that mean? What are you saying? What are you talking about? Oh, I was just trying to find myself and I have so much trauma. What? So your great grandchildren are not going to be able to empathize with you. They're going to think you something's wrong with you. Weird. Because you're still in the Piscean consciousness. Most of y'all are still in the Piscean consciousness. You still need somebody to manage you. And this is why a lot of people are going to fall off because they don't know how to be self led. Is everybody with me? Societal shifts, again, such as aging populations, controlling most wealth, and slow generational turnover, compound these trends, keeping younger and less wealthy groups economically vulnerable. So how do I prepare? Y'all ready for this? Get your notebooks out. Substack, give me some hearts if you're still with me. Y'all need to type this out or write it out. YouTube, y'all ready? You're gonna need something to write this down. So how do I prepare? Understand this. Now, this is not just for personal. This is for what to start looking for and how you can capitalize off these pieces. Okay. Advocacy for systemic reforms is crucial. So you're going to start seeing more conversations about universal base income. That's coming. What is going on in New York It's going to be the foundation for the next 20 years. Now, you think that is something, oh, our time is coming. Our time is coming. Hold on, hold on. It's going to come with some stipulations. It's going to come with some requirements. So don't get too excited about, cuz see, when I go back to divine feminine is she's supposed to be what, protected and what, provided for, right? It's supposed to be protected and provided for. We're moving more into a socialistic situation. It's gonna come with a little bit of a, what is it called? Friction. But eventually most of us are going to go into that. It's going to be socialistic, but it's going to have a capitalistic side too. Okay? So there's going to be a lot of advocacy for governments must focus on ensuring everyone's basic needs, food, water, shelter, healthcare, but are met independent of employment status. There's going to be another conversation centered around, like I said, universal base income and incentives for lifelong learning, which is where you're going to start seeing more um, trades. Trades are already starting to come up now. A lot of people, certification programs. What did I tell y'all a long time ago? Your own mini university, your own little college, your own what is it called? Your own bank of courses, your own bank of opportunities, and how to people can go to your site and just binge and buy. You understand? We are like right now I'm with Stand Store, right? I'm with Stand Store. I'm really entertaining, and I'm right here on Substack, obviously Substack, YouTube, and all of that. But I'm really entertaining either something like a Shopify. I have a member vault that I'm still trying to decide if I want to use member vault for the main university, but Shopify has it to where you can have multiple products and you can people can buy, and I can have a, what is it called, trying to get it all out, the what is it called, digital downloads and things like that, and things I can ship, because I'm also going to do merch in 2026. I think it's time. I have so many sayings that I need to be capitalizing on. Y'all know I'm the queen of sayings. I've always been like the queen of little isms, okay? Little J isms. So that's happening. But this is where we're going to get like lifelong learning and support systems to manage, listen, to manage the physiological and psychological shifts from work based identities to new sources of meaning and purpose. I don't know if Substack is here, ain't moved. Did y'all hear that, YouTube? Because YouTube, I can depend on y'all to give me some amens. Ain't that good? And I've heard this being talked about years ago. They were talking about who are we with our work. It was a TED talk about that back in, I think it was like 2015, 2016. And I was like, what the heck? Like, how are we going to do this? But this is where we're going. They're not going to tell you unemployment numbers. That October was probably it. They're probably not going to talk about unemployment numbers anymore because the whole goal is to offload. So all of y'all that's sitting on those 9 to 5s, I'm not saying to be scared, but I'm saying you need to prepare because our generation has been raised, on work and career ladders. I was a recruiter for 8 years, talent acquisition, project management, and talent acquisition and HR. So I know recruiting, I know hiring, right? Embracing technological transformation rather than resisting it. Upskilling, right? We talked about that, upskilling. We talked about experimenting with new kinds of economic and social participation and fostering adaptability will be vital. You have to adapt. There's a reason why. Oh, I could just, this is about to be new moon too. When is new moon? 20th. We got 2 more days to the new moon. I'm just full of gratitude because I prepare for this stuff. I prepare for this. I mentally, spiritually had to get this in my mind to prepare for times like this because I knew it was coming. Camille said, I love Shopify. I have merch and digital products. I would say, Camille, try to get that back. Try to get that back. I don't care what y'all sell. I don't care if you're selling productivity templates. I don't care what you sell. Sell something and hook it to some type of SEO or something like that. But you need to have merch. You need to have and if you don't do merch, you need to have digital products. You need to sell skills. You need to sell outcomes. And you need to everybody need to write a list. Write a list of all the things you know how to do. This is why personal brand is important. You got AI. Like, I don't think y'all understand. You have AI and you have all these tools. I just told y'all yesterday about Cast Magic. Cast Magic, you got lives, you got seminars, you have coaching sessions. I just gave y'all the training on how to do it. I told y'all on my YouTube channel, I just posted a video yesterday telling people, y'all, it's right there. Like, y'all tripping. I don't understand. Like, my head is hurting. It's right there. You just got to sit down and do the stuff. But it's money. I mean, you're going to get lashes and getting your hair done, and you're going out to eat every other day. Some I know y'all. Please don't do that. I'm not finna feel sorry for you because y'all know good and well when you want money and when you want to do something, you're gonna find money. Don't play. You're gonna find it. But when it come down to your business, you got every excuse in the world. I'm not talking to you, Camille. I'm just talking about in general. Because we're like, I ain't even saying that. I wasn't even. You need to go hack. Y'all need to activate your stuff. Get your stand store up. Get your Shopify. Get your Thinkific. Get your what is it called? Podia. I don't care what you use. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. But you need to get it done. This is November. Black Friday is coming up. Do y'all have your Black Friday stuff up? Y'all do y'all even know what you're selling? Some of y'all saying I'm not participating Black Friday. I participate every Black Friday. I sell my bundles, my end of the year bundle from the Black Friday all the way to the new year. It's called the year of the ultimate bundle. The first year I did it was 2022. I started doing bundles for $20.22. And then I did a bundle after that. Next year it was $20.23, where I took a lot of the stuff that I've sold, some of the best products, right? And put that in a bundle and push it out. Stuff that I was retiring or bundles that have templates and all that good stuff, put them in a bundle and sell it at the end of the year. That's what I do every year. So the bundle is coming out on Black Friday, $20.26 to get ready for the new year. So nobody has any excuses. You need to be at home getting yourself together. This bundle is going to look very different than previous bundles because the previous bundles was based on templates and kind of trainings and stuff like that. But now we got prompts. Now we have tools. Now we have things that you can insert and put it into AI and plug it in, right? Camille said, okay, I had it for my hair biz. I had shirts and all was pretty dope. I have been going back and forth about it. Then I wanted to do it for real estate. Yep, I'm doing it. And I don't see anything wrong with putting real estate stuff on there. Like, but Camille also too, and this is to anybody, you gotta market, right? You need to have a channel and you can choose what you want to do. You don't have to you don't have to do sales calls and stuff like that. You can go online and talk about these things and have your links in your description box. People will go if they people will lead themselves. All I'm trying to tell you is that if you want to learn, if you want to have something in place, you need to all have your stuff set up. Y'all got all of November. You got all November. And in 2026, like I told people, you don't know what's coming up the pipe in 2026. You don't know what's coming. You sitting up there comfortable and frozen, and I don't know what to sell, and I'm ready to make money. You're not ready to make money unless you become money. You have to become money. Everybody is going this way. Either you're going to be in the permanent underclass, and that's a real thing because the permanent underclass is going to be the ones that's going to be relying on the government to give them their universal base income and giving them their little money, their little stipend every month, and doing nothing. And then they're going to be begging and begging because they've been spent up all that money because they have no discipline. And they're going to be looking at you. Well, I don't have it. I spend my whole check. I don't know what I'm gonna do. And then you do something, you say something online, and you make a video that's in misalignment to the rules, and they're gonna take it away. And then you got to go through probably some kind of something to get your money back. Cause don't tell me social capital or social credit ain't a possibility either. So everybody better get their stuff together. Cause see, they can control universal basic income, but they probably cannot control a lot of the digital stuff. That's why I said you got your Stripe, you've got your PayPal, you have digital currencies and different currencies, so you can move about in the world differently. Cause everybody's getting ready to start moving away from the dollar, so you need multiple currencies, but you can't do that unless you're making money, unless you're getting the work in. If you are, I'm going to tell y'all this too. If you're looking for a system or a tool to repurpose all of your lives, your seminars, all of these things, go to the link in my Sand Store. It's up. I just updated it today. There is a link, a special link that you can use for castmagic.io. If you want to learn more about it, I have a full tutorial on my YouTube channel. You cannot say, because see, I already know some of y'all going to be stubborn and you're going to go to Cast Magic, and then you're going to be like, well, I don't know how to use this. I gave you a video. Please put your pride aside. That's another thing too. You're too prideful. I'm gonna tell y'all like this. I learn from people. I have hired my own clients to help me. Yes, I have done that before. I have hired my own clients. Don't ever think that you too haughty or too high-minded to learn from people. Slow yourself down so you can do it right and stop looping. Because we got stuff to do. And your pride is keeping you back just because you got degrees, just because you got certifications, just because you got licenses, just because you got this, just because you got this. And I got 30 years of entrepreneurship experience, but you ain't got 30 years of experience in post labor era. Everything reset. Do you think you think they care about that? I will. I have 20 years. Girl, nobody care. 2020, everything stopped. Everything from 2020 on now, that's what counts. And really to be honest, 2024 is when it counts because 2020 to 2024, baby, everything was turned upside down then. It's a new era. Everybody got to either upskill and reskill. That's just what it is. That means you have to upskill, which means that you have to learn completely different skills than you did before. Skills that are outside of the scope that you have been used to. Things are different. Things are not the same. You have to lock in. When they said the great lock in, that was a real thing. And the last thing is here is community organizing and creating alternative value systems, such as cooperative ownership, husband and wife teams, husband and wives, couples. Y'all need to have some kind of business together. You need to think about that. Y'all need to go to dinner, get the kids. into bed, and y'all need to sit down and talk about something y'all need to do together, because this is the future. This is the how to prepare for the post labor era. Community organizing and creating alternative value systems such as cooperative ownership. Did you hear what I said? Co-ops. Cooperative ownership. There needs to be collectives. You need to get you and your household in order. If your child has a talent, you need to put that child under the family office. That child has talent and they want to start a gaming channel or some type of something on Twitch, and that baby want to make some money, they want to start a YouTube channel or whatever, whatever, TikTok shop, you need to put that under the family office. All of that is inheritance. Do you understand? That's multi generational wealth. Creator economies, mission driven collectives can help redistribute wealth and influence away from entrenched capital holders. Because if you don't have your household in order, they're going to build the wealth of somebody else. If your children are not learning wealth principles, they're going to learn under somebody else's, because that is where we are going. There is an upside and a downside. The downside is for people who got too much pride, who want everything handheld for them, who wants somebody to rub their back and understand our trauma and all this other stuff. And I just don't have it. I wish somebody would show me. And I'm a little girl, and I'm a little girl in my hand. Nobody cares, because you're going to be poor if you don't get yourself together. Doom and gloom versus progressiveness. Much of the media and the commentary that we're seeing right now is fixated on what? The dangers, the job loss, the civil unrest, the politics, because these are immediate, tangible threats that create anxiety and grab attention. This is, see, you have a lot of tech bros, a lot of politics stuff going on. See, I ain't even check in with the news today. The only thing I saw was that Cloudflare had a lot of websites down. I haven't checked to see what 47 is doing. I haven't checked to see what's going on in the news. I didn't check to see none of that. I don't even know what's going on with that, right? The only thing I need to be concerned about is what my clients are up to, what my current cohort, getting the new cohort ready for December 2nd. And then I need to be focused on meetings I got coming up, and creating new opportunities for myself. I'm responsible for that. The doom and gloom, progressive and optimistic visions. Like, we talking about lifestyle businesses, right? We're talking about abundant leisure. We're talking about creative fulfillment. We're talking about collective prosperity. That's going to require massive shifts in policies and culture reimagination, right? So you need to reimagine your life and your future, which can be harder to communicate about and organize around, but that is going to be something that's going to be necessary. The lack of strong, inspiring narratives about positive futures reflects the social and political barriers to widespread reform, not an absence of feasible alternatives. Communities and thought leaders are calling for post labor paradigm is based on justice, creativity, and shared abundance. I just told y'all that Sweden is trying to implement a well being lifestyle, a well being economy, wellness economy, right? This is where we're moving into. This is where we're going. This is where things are happening. So you either going to be on the doom and gloom perspective, you're going to be in the permanent underclass perspective, or you're going to be in that trajectory, or you're going to go into the trajectory of collective wealth, collective prosperity, where we're going into an era where you are adjusting to the new normal. Intelligence. This is not the survival of the fittest. You're going to see people say, "Oh, the survival of the fittest." No, it's not. No, it's not. It's the survival of the intelligence. And it doesn't matter if you have a degree or not. Everybody has an opportunity right now. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that you went to school. It doesn't matter if you even graduated from school. It doesn't matter anymore. It's going to be a lot of people that's going to go back, and there's going to be a lot of people that's going to move forward. But the people that's going to move forward are the people who are moving. So all that healing and burnout and stuff, and I'm scared, and I don't want to do this, and I just don't want to do anything. I'm not a go getter. Well, go get ready to be at the bottom next. I don't know what else to tell you. And if you're not trying to skill up, you in the way. And they gonna let you know you in the way. Like I told you a long time ago, I am looking forward to seeing the other side. I want to see it. I told you, I'm determined to be one of the people to see the other side. I want to see it. I want to see it. I told God, I said, listen, let me live to see this stuff come to pass because this is something serious. They're gonna fight like tooth and nail. They're gonna this is gonna be a rough. This is gonna be rough. It's gonna be rough, and nobody said it was gonna be easy. Nobody said that. If you feel the need to downsize, downsize. It does not mean that you have a money mindset issue. It does not mean that have a lack issue. It means that you are in preparation. If you need to downsize your car, or you want to travel, or you want to get you a what is it called? If you want to backpack in Europe and you want to stay in Airbnbs, people are doing all kinds of things to keep their nervous system at bay. Whatever you need to do, but you need to get these people out your life. They don't mean you no good. You got people in relationship with that's keeping you in a state of spiral, and you always arguing, and there's always something wrong, and it's always lashing out, going back and forth. Get them out. You don't have that kind of time. All they going back and forth. And it's always something. And we're going to therapy. And we're going to counseling. And we're going to see this person. And we're going to see that person. And this person is acting crazy. And this person has stole my purse. And this person don't support me in my business. And this person don't take me seriously. This person always got something to say every time I want to do something. Why are they there? Get them out. We passed that. Everybody at this point, you know what you're doing. Everybody at this point, you already know. A lot of people are conscientious and they're in full understanding of what they're doing. Don't let people mess you up. Don't let people make you think that, oh, I didn't know, I messed up. I didn't know that all this was. I didn't know I was gonna be like this. No, you knew good and well. You got women right now that's online that's telling you, I let go of a good man and I don't want to be with him. A lot of these women didn't even want to be in something anyway. They just needed to feel like they were in something. There's a difference between wanting to be with somebody and I just let him go because I don't want him no more. Just for no reason. You got men that doing that. You got men saying I was with this person and I just we ain't going. She was a good woman though, but just wasting people's time. Don't let nobody waste your time. This is the time right now. You don't have no. If I know you want to be in a relationship. I know you want to be in a relationship. For some of y'all that want to be in a relationship, and I'm all about relationships. I do believe that women, you can have what you want. Men, you can have what you want. I'm specifically talking to women out right now. Women, you have the right to be in a loving, beautiful relationship. But I also want to challenge you. If you're trying to get in something right now, you need to make sure that you love yourself and that you're not trying to get into a relationship to escape because you don't want to do the work. I've told women that sometimes you need to get away from people so you can do the work on yourself so you can choose better for yourself. This goes for men too. I'm not talking to me right now. I'm talking to you. Y'all got to understand implied context. A lot of people are not thinking on that level. They're thinking about that every message is for the collective. No, it's not. It's not for everybody. It's for people I'm talking to. That's another conversation. You can make your own post about that. But as for you, you need to focus on doing the work on yourself and you need to learn how to create skills that's going to secure you and your children. If it applies. If you don't have any children to secure yourself, you need to be able to do that because you already seen that there is an unraveling of the masculine right in front of you. A lot of them cannot do that. They're showing you that they can't. So you are relying on an old paradigm. If you're not married, you need to learn how to secure yourself. If that person is not coming to add and enhance, and take things off your plate, that person is not for you. Well, what about men? I don't care about that. I'm not a man, so I don't know. I don't have anything to say to them. I don't have anything to say because I'm not a man. Okay. Period. Per. I know men get offended when I'm like, well, go talk to men. There's plenty of men that talk the way you want them to talk. But you need to focus. Okay. I went way over my limit today. I hope you enjoyed the morning show today. Um, but we got to get focused. We have to get focused. I hope you enjoyed. I hope this was good. I hope you um found some level of motivation and inspiration today. That's going to help you and carry you through this week. Um, I'm going to tell you now, Thanksgiving, the week of Thanksgiving, not the whole week of Thanksgiving, but that Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, we will not have the morning show. Okay, Monday and Tuesday, yes, but Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, I will not be doing the morning show. So we're going to come back then next Monday, though. Okay, so I just want to make sure that you don't log in, and I'm gonna continue to remind you. Let me see here. And I'll have dates for January and things like that. But Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of Thanksgiving week will not be doing the morning show. You see? It's easy to just communicate that. I could just like, oh my God, how is she gonna I just hope she don't burn out. I'm not gonna burn out. I know how to tell y'all I ain't gonna be on tomorrow. And if you log on, you be like, well, where coach? She said she ain't gonna be on tomorrow. She said she wasn't gonna be on today. So yeah. So we got this. We got this. I love y'all. Keep working, keep focused, and yeah, we're going on. We're going out. Y'all have a great rest of your day. Bye. Bye, YouTube. All right,